Hey guys, I'm rewatching She-Hulk, and I just had a comment. I might do a series of these videos, but there's something I got to get off my chest. I'm on the episode second before the last, and it's about the guy Ribbit, who goes and gets his tries to sue the dude for a messed up suit, and he was just stupid. She Hulk. I don't get this. Um, how do I say this? So She Hulk. She doesn't want to be a superhero, right? Her whole entire story so far has been her trying to get away from the superhero gig, but getting easily influenced by other people to kind of step into that role, and not even the superhero role, but just embrace the She-Hulk title, like practically becoming a celebrity. While Daredevil is kind of telling you, with great power comes great responsibility, and she's just not doing that. I actually liked the first episode of She-Hulk. There's some questionable things in there, but I'm not trying to get into that. What I'm trying to get into is the fight between her and Daredevil. In Daredevil, there is he's not the show, but him in this. He's fighting. If you've watched the show, spoilers if you haven't. But she is Daredevil is fighting this kid who was the kid who was suing the Taylor guy, and he's doing is minimal of damage to any place. It's just the guy's card to stop him, right? And She Hulk doesn't have any training. She is just trying to kind of be a Hulk, if you would say. See, Hulk specifically wasn't a hero at first. He was a tortured character, and him having to throw a bunch of stuff and run away from the military, he didn't have like any training to do that. And the thing is, Hulk is a multiple personality. It's when he before he was even Hulk, he got a multiple personality disorder, and then when he got the gamma ray, he became his multiple personality became the Hulk. But he ended up getting a kind of fighting style because of so many years of him being the Hulk, if that makes sense. With She Hulk, it's just her. It's not some multiple personality or anything like that. Now I'm getting to my point. What I'm trying to say is she is fighting in this parking lot that she doesn't know if any person is like sleeping in their car, doing something mischievous in their car, um, or any of that. There could be anybody in there. Plus, these cars are like almost millions of dollars worth of cars. These are some really nice cars. There's like a orange. I forget what this car is called, but there's this orange car that she's picking up on screen right now, and she has already displayed that she's just kind of playing the role of Hulk, not kind of like how in Endgame, Avengers Endgame, where Bruce, as he's now Smart Hulk, he's like, this is degrading, and he just smashes a car a little bit. It's just her, and basically she's doing that. It's like a kid who's pretending to be their favorite character but doesn't understand what the embodiment of that character is. And she has already used her strength to crush the floor and try to smash the floor to get to Daredevil, and it literally collapses a small a small opening, like kind of like a Red Sea moment, uh, onto another floor that's the bottom floor behind underneath her. And you see Daredevil. I know he doesn't have like super strength or anything like that, but he is trying to do as minimal damage to anything that he is doing. There's no grabbing a giant vehicle to do that, because She Hulk is fast. If Hulk can run miles, then she can too. She has not. She's just kind of doing just doing everything and anything. I'm strong, so let me throw something. I'm strong, so let me stomp on something, without seeing the collateral damage that is that it could cause. And this is 2021 or whenever She-Hulk came out. So that means this is the day and age where cameras are everywhere, and there are speakers and trackers and what do they call it? Motion sensor technology all around that can brighten up areas, that can scan like QR codes, can scan faces, the license plates of vehicles and stuff like that. So if you see a female giant green woman throwing someone's car, you can pretty much get sued for that. And the Sokovia courts can't stop her either, because they're invalid anymore. That's what Daredevil said in this before this scene, that they just ruled them out. So everyone has a secret identity, and that's personal, especially for his client. Now, what my point is the fact that if she's going to do this job, then she needs to commit, and she hasn't committed to anything. I've watched She-Hulk years ago when it first came out, episode by episode, and to be perfectly honest with you, she is in multiple different seats, has multiple different hats. But instead of committing to it, where it's got the TM on it saying, I commit to this role, I commit to this role, I commit to this role, it's just like, oh, I got this from the dollar store as a fan, and I'm just pretending to play the role. It's like a false unity, like someone who's pretending to be a veteran. And just because you have the powers doesn't mean you understand what you're doing is wrong. It's the best example of a badass female superhero. I don't care what anybody says. I grew up on the CW shows, and Supergirl is one of the best. Especially when she first came out, and she played the role as Supergirl. She was doing just like what She-Hulk was doing right here, where she's just walking through bullets and everything like that. And she had to have a friend to help her, to tell her and teach her, to be like her coach and wingman, to understand what's wrong about that situation. You're just kind of doing stuff because you have the powers, but you're not really training yourself. You're not really realizing what's around you. Because if you can walk through bullets, those bullets have to go somewhere. They don't just explode. Some of them do, but the bullets that we see in the show do not just explode. They ricochet. So they're just bouncing off of her, which means that there are civilians in the crossfire as she's walking from one part of the street to the other, trying to get to the bank. You know what I mean? So if that's happening, that means that someone's getting hit. It could be a car that the person gets shot and dies, and then it makes a collision and a chain reaction, and now she has to go save these people. So so that's why he started making the suit, telling her to like block or be in a hidden area and wait for them to stop firing, or protect civilians with your super body, and use it to stop the ricocheting, or get there fast enough and just grab the weapons out of their hands, or just use your heat vision to melt the weapon, stuff like that. You know what I mean? She had to learn all this stuff, but in the past, this is like episode 7, and she still hasn't learned that. Oh, you can say that she learned all that in episode 1. No, she didn't. She learned how to walk, literally. Like, people like to say that they understand, like, you don't understand something. You're a tall person. You don't know how it is to be short. But we were once short around your height specifically for a time. We weren't just, okay, we shot up, which sometimes it does kind of work like that in a regard. But the thing is, every time you got a little taller, there was a point where you had to adjust to what that height was for you. It wasn't, a lot of the times, it's more you keep it to yourself kind of training, because it's like a baby learning how to walk on their own when their parents aren't around, learning how to touch things, what tastes good, what is bad, what hurts, what doesn't. You learn these things. Your parents teach you as much as they can, but they can't see you every 24/7, especially when you sleep and you just so happen to wake up. But my point is, you can shrink from, I don't know, maybe she's like 5'9", and now She-Hulk is like 7 foot tall. You have to adjust and walk and figure out how to find your center of balance. Like one of my legs were longer than the other, even though you couldn't really see it, but I could feel it. It was uncomfortable for a while when I was like 16, 17 years old. And when I turned 18, it got a little better because I just started getting taller, and everything just started to fill out. So she is right now, because what I'm trying to say on that notion is that there are 7 or 8 episodes of this show, and she hasn't gone through any superhero anything. She hasn't gone through any like true training. She's just doing stuff, and she's not getting reprimanded for it. What she's getting reprimanded for is her reputation. And it's more like, She-Hulk is just an angry person. Oh, she's a villain. Yeah, but she hasn't done anything besides, throwing this car to show that. Okay, sorry. Let me backtrack. She hasn't done anything to why she got mad about it. She hasn't done anything to truly say that she has been working hard to better herself. At the end of the show, she literally just wins at the end. There's no contest. She just kind of wins. She literally gets off screen, says, "Erase the script, put I win at the end," and it goes to the ending. That's what got me off of She-Hulk. I actually really liked the first episode of She-Hulk, but I also saw the iffiness about it and all that. I want to see her succeed, but I want her to earn it. I want her to make mistakes and learn from them and be better for them. In Supergirl, I only got like a minute or two left, so I gotta say this fast. In Supergirl, there was a time where she became evil for a little while, and then she had to her reputation was destroyed, and she had to re-get people's trust to get her back to where she was. Yes, using the attorney at law stuff with She-Hulk is supposed to show us that, where she's not just She-Hulk, but she's a lawyer, but it's also supposed to show some creativity of helping us understand the She-Hulk character again, besides just winning an argument. Because just winning an argument doesn't mean, yeah, everyone loves you again. It just means that people are on board with the idea of trusting you again. It's like doing something bad, and now everyone's kind of hesitant around you, but you eventually get back to the notion of you build up that build up that trust again, and it builds your reputation. Being honest, being understanding. You have to learn all this stuff to be a hero, or to be a good person. And with this scene showing that she's very shallow on a lot of things. And I understand there's more questions, like in the beginning of this, when they're like, maybe your stuff can be faulty. Maybe your stuff can be, not the best. But the person has to make it the best. His reputation is 100%. Why is it 100%? Because he has to make it perfect, or people will die. The tailor guy who makes superhero suits, or people will die. The person he makes it for will die, and he won't give it to stupid people like the Ribbit guy who's just trying to get all this stuff on Instagram and stuff like that. He's not a hero. He's just trying to be famous and cool because he wants to be a superhero. And that's why I feel like the She-Hulk show failed, because she's too in between, and she's getting praise for it. She needs to commit to all her hats, like how Spider-Man did. He committed to all his hats, and he's still trying to figure himself out.